So the reason why I think it makes a lot of sense to study economics is that economics will help you to understand how people, companies, governments, entire countries, groups of countries make decisions that involve benefits and costs, decisions that have important outcomes, important consequences for the welfare and lives of people. This is what economics is about.
I think economics is a very valuable thing to learn in many different ways. For a start, it shows you a lot about how the world around us works, and that's not just in terms of contemporary issues and current affairs. It reveals a lot you don't realise about the world around you, and I think you think in a different way and you can see things very differently, and it gives you that different perspective, which is very enlightening.
In terms of the way that a firm works or the way that the government works and things like that, it provides a very good explanation in terms of microeconomic theory, the way that resources are allocated around the world. It provides explanations for the way that resources are distributed. I think that's probably, in my opinion, the most important thing. But I think things like philosophy and politics and psychology also need to be incorporated to allow you to look at the world in a full view. But I think economics definitely is a discipline that can be used in its own right.
Everything that is happening now in the world is connected to economic phenomena. So I would say that it's extremely interesting nowadays acquiring the skills to understand what's happening down there in a world that is always more complex. The second reason is the employability skills that students in economics are able to acquire, which are so different from each other and still relevant for any kind of occupation they are going to choose to enter in the future. Think, for instance, mathematical and statistical skills to model the world around us, or presentation skills, the capability to understand the psychology of individuals and how individuals interact with each other.
Students should study economics because, well, if you read news, you can find economics is one of the most important subjects in social science, and about a big proportion of news in the real life are related to economics. Well, if you study economics, of course, you don't need to only listen to experts. What experts told you can analyze these problems by yourself. I've got to say it's a very practical subject to study.
Economics is a really useful subject for many reasons. I mean, it helps you with real life skills such as managing money, investments particularly, if you've got a bit of extra money to invest somewhere. It also helps you to understand a lot of news reports and stories about the economy. And it also helps to develop key skills like presentation skills, along with most other subjects as well.
If you study economics, you will be taught, the statistical methods. You will learn how to deal with large quantities of data. This is what any employer needs. Any company, any agency, any government, ministry or service, is looking for people who can analyze data and make recommendations based on those insights. Analytical skills is also something you will be taught, how to think in a clear, coherent, consistent way, how to generate high-quality recommendations.